Welcome back to the show. As with Amanda, pleased to welcome back our next guest. Geez, it's amazing that it's gone this long since we've been able to have people back on the show. So we're so excited. We are joined by Emma Terrell. She is the Urban Botanist. Welcome back to the show. Great to have you here, Emma.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
Let's talk about the past 2 years since, we saw you just before the pandemic. What's it been like for you?
It's been a lot different, as I'm sure most people can attest to, but I've been very lucky. My business has been able to grow and flourish throughout all of this. I think a lot of people throughout the pandemic have been finding solstice and finding almost from the day-to-day, quarantine and lockdowns through the art and hobby of growing plants and indoor horticulture and mindful horticulture, as I like to call it. So I've seen a really big jump in the general interest of houseplants.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear it, because we did the same thing. I mean, we brought in more plants. We actually built just a small greenhouse in the backyard. We had some other friends that did that as well. For people that aren't familiar with your business, tell us a little bit about what you do, Emma.
Well, the Urban Botanist was really created out of the idea of encouraging people to engage with nature in an urban setting. So how that started was creating terrariums, doing workshops where people could sign up and join us in person for an in-person workshop where you got to make a terrarium, learn about ecosystems, that sort of thing. We've now into vertical green walls, as you can see me, and just really expanding our reach into getting people to engage with nature and bringing the outdoors in.
Those living walls are absolutely amazing. Well, I mentioned off the top of the show that you are involved in this mini market with some other businesses at the Ottawa Fall Home Show. Tell me what people can expect at the mini market.
Yeah, that's right. So the rotating local market is new to the Ottawa Home Show this year, and it's something that the Urban Botanist is presenting. And essentially, it's a little bit different than your traditional trade show, your traditional home show, in that we're going to have a mini market filled with local creatives, artists, and small businesses that are all also female powered. So people who are joining the home show this year are thinking about coming out. We're going to have this fun little rotating market where we will be featuring different local artists and businesses each day at the show.
Can you highlight some of those for us, Emma?
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to have Thrifting Mama 613, a local mama who is all about thrifting, all about pre-loved baby attire and accessories. We're going to have head-to-hand ceramics, which is handmade ceramic pots and other home accessories. We'll have CMS pottery, which is, again, more beautiful pots and other ceramic items. And then we will also have a macrame artist and a sustainable design artist as well. So a lot of different things going on.
Nice. I love it. You mentioned some of those workshops that you do. So are you now able to bring people back into your place and continue doing those workshops? And if so, what are some of the workshops you have coming up?
So that's kind of how my business has pivoted throughout all of this. Is we weren't, of course, throughout the pandemic offer those in-person workshops. I really pivoted in figuring out a way to offer that experience in a box. Okay. So we've moved from in-workshops to virtual workshops, which has been fabulous in that I've gone from doing in-person workshops of 40 to 50 people to now virtual workshops where people from all across North America are tuning in, and we've done works up to 350 people. So we're basically doing that in-person workshop in a DIY kit that participants receive, and then we join each other on Zoom like this and learn all about plants and terrariums and make a fun craft while we're at it.
I'm just looking at that wall behind you. For putting something, how big can you go? I know you do like small frames, you do walls. Like, how big and how small can you go with something like that with a living wall?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the great thing about these moss walls, which is all real moss that I design with, that I work with, is we can do big, great 100 plus square foot walls, or we do smaller frames, kind of like this little one that you see behind me, which we will have for sale at the home show this year for commercial spaces, residential spaces, all different shapes and sizes. is something when it comes to this biophilic design that the Urban Botanist is now offering more regularly.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Like people, if they haven't, I mean, it's beautiful to see it in behind you, but to see it, in someone's home in real life, it's such a standout. It's one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. Emma, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, and have a wonderful time at the Ottawa Fall Home Show. I know you will.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Take care. We'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Hey, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about the Day of the Dead Festival. That's right, Halloween just around the corner, but Day of the Dead is a really unique experience, and we're going to find out more of what kind of experience we can expect at this year's festival. We'll be back with that right after this.